food gathered would then be distributed evenly. So the concept of helping one another has always been there, but in a different form compared to now.
So it's based on that concept of sharing. It's a pool of money and it's shared among the participants.
Yes, yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And this is where the rules and regulations of Islamic law also come into play. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, in Islam, when you talk about planning for the future, wealth planning, it is not just about planning for life on earth, but also for in life hereafter.
Right.
And the concept of helping one another will prepare you for a better position during Judgment Day. So when you talk about the benefits or the application to us a living, just preparing ourselves to support each other would also enable us to also prepare for life hereafter as well.
Yes, and Tuan Haji, you'd like to add on to that?
To add on to your earlier questions regards to the premiums, right? So premiums in the context of takaful, right, we call it contributions, right? Contributions. So contributions equate to premiums.
Is there a set contribution that you require?
Okay. Yes. All right. So the contributions, right, is similar to premiums in the conventional insurance. It's just that when you segregate this contribution, there are actually two parts whereby that contribution is divided into two main components. One component of the contribution is actually used for investment purposes. The other component is actually used for donations. Right. I will be elaborating more with regard to what donation is all about, because there is this terminology in Arabic which is called tabarruk. Tabarruk or donations in English, really, right, this is the differentiating factor when we talk about takaful as compared to the conventional the donation component within the contributions that are being paid by the participants or the policyholders.
Right, Dr. Said Mohib, can you tell us what are the principles of takaful as a furtherance to what Tuan Haji has been talking about?
Well, the main ingredient in takaful is of course the principle of tabarruk. We are actually inviting people to join the scheme, and the basis of coming to the scheme is a donation to the fund. Of course, the donation is based on the concept of solidarity, mutual help, brotherhood. Unlike the conventional, where insurance is based on a contract of exchange, the concept of takaful is based on the concept of donation with a condition, and that condition is basically the point just now, and that should an unfortunate event happen, then monies will be paid out of the pool. Well, you mentioned principles. One can also add here that the features of a Sharia compliant insurance is that it is devoid of any areas of uncertainty. And uncertainty leads to wagering, so it goes without this element of wagering is also excluded. And of course, when contributions are collected, it just doesn't rest there, but it's invested, and it's invested in Sharia compliant instruments.
Right.
And so elements of usury or interest is absent. And I think perhaps the other thing which is also significant to say is that in Islam it transcends all aspects. It's not just you just don't apply concepts of it in certain areas, business, social, etc. So it encompasses every aspect of our life. So in a takaful operation, we also stress on the need to inculcate inculcate Islamic values in everything that we do, the thought process, etc. So, in terms of sales ethics, ethics at work, there are a lot.
It's across the board.
It's across the board.
Yeah.
It's across the
Dato' and Tuan Haji, yeah, we have a caller on the line right now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Azra, yeah, from Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. You have a question for us?
Yes, I would like to raise these questions to Yang Berbahagia Dato'.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I understand that Yang Berbahagia Dato' is the chairman of Malaysia Takaful Association.
Yes, he is.
And my question is, how do Takaful operators contribute in changing Muslim tendency in taking insurance? Okay, I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Azra. Yeah,
Okay,
that's all.
thank you.
I didn't quite catch it, but if I heard it correctly, how does the operators contribute to increasing Muslim participation in insurance?
Yes.
All right. Let's start with the results or the growth of the industry. In the last 5 years, the average growth of the industry has been around 30% year on year.
Takaful industry.
30%, and this is
even last year, yeah.
on an average. There are some years it's much more than that. Some years slightly lesser than that. More on the family side, slightly lower on the general takaful.
Okay.
So. How did that happen, and how that happened would have answered the question. Well, the industry now has got 8 players. Over the last 4 years, there have been an increase in the numbers, and the numbers came in at a time when innovation and technology was very